Greetings, the Sanitation Film Fans Team Movies here. It's Thursday. That means time for my opening this week segment where I talk about the new releases in theaters and now there's not really much, hardly anything on Netflix this week, like other than Glow season 3. So there's not really hardly Netflix movies premiering. So I'm gonna cut out the Netflix stuff on this list. But there's some it's literally not one but five wide releases, wide release movies opening this week, which to be honest, I don't think wide release that many wide release films should come out one a day because it could easily hurt the film's box office and all. But hey, more films to see, I guess. But with that being said, here's the new films opening this week. All right, now first film that's pretty much coming out. That's going to Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Now, as we speak right now, the new Dora movie is holding an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. That I'm not lying. That is literally the highest rating movie of the film. Of all the films opening this week, Dora is actually the highest rating film of this week. I'm completely surprised because even though I did like the trailers and all, I kind of didn't really Dora to really do that great with critics, but it's doing really well with critics and I'm really curious to see it because I was never really into Dora the Explorer when I was a kid, but the movie actually looks. I mean, when they announced that they were going to do a live action Dora movie, I kind of grinned and was like, "Really, this is what you're doing?" But then they got the director of the Muppets involved. Then they got Isabella Mona, who was great in It's a Family. In this, they also got Eugenio Derbez, who I think is an awesome. I think that dude's awesome. You got Michael Pena, and the trailers had look cool. So, and I should mention, crazy how they make Swiper look better than Sonic the Hedgehog. And this is from the same company, by the way. But I'm really curious in this. I think it looks really fun. It looks really funny. It looks entertaining, and I'm a sucker for these coming of age adventure films. So there's that. Like it has a Goonies and Tomb Raider feel to it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but so far the critics are loving it. So hopefully it'll be as good as the critics make it out to be. Also, at this week, there's a film called The Kitchen, which is based on the Vertigo comic book series from DC Entertainment and stars the likes of Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and so they pretty much they decided to pretty much take down the Irish mafia and take matters into their own hands. And I gotta say, this looks really interesting. But the reviews have not been great. Like as we speak, it has an 18% Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, not that good. Which is disappointing to hear because the director, the screenwriter, straight out of Compton. You got Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany Haddish in this, so it should have done great with critics. That should say it's not, and yeah, it's a shame because I really like the trailers. I mean, any trailers that has the Rolling Stones song in it, that's a win for me. But yeah, it's a shame that it's not doing so well, but it is what it is, I guess. Also opening this week, also at this week is the horror film Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which takes place in 1968, and here's what it's about. Change is blowing in the wind, but seemingly far removed from the unrest in the cities in a small town of Mill Valley, where for generations the shadows of Bell's family have loomed large in their mansion, and so you got a young girl named Sarah Corbett Seegers her ends up turning her torture life into a series of scary stories. And so a group of teenagers are pretty much trying to ends up discovering They end up discovering Sarah's like a terrifying home and more creepy stuff and sinister stuff breaks through. This looks really interesting. I mean, although the trailer didn't really blew my socks off, but it looks creepy. I mean, it's produced by Guillermo del Toro, so there's that. It has a group of young actors in this who could be pretty good. You got Hank from Breaking Bad in this. I think this looks like it could be really creepy. I mean, weird as PG-13 though, because something like this looks like it should have been maybe R-rated, but hopefully I don't know. Hopefully it'll still be good despite its R-rating. I mean, despite its PG-13 rating, I might say. All right. Also, at this week, there's a film called The Art of Racing in the Rain, which is based on the novel by Garth Stein, and is a heartfelt tale narrated by a dog named Enzo, voiced by Kevin Costner. And through his bond with his owner, Danny Swift, played by Milo Ventimiglia, who's a aspiring Formula One race car driver. Enzo has gained tremendous insight into human condition and understands the techniques needed on the racetrack. And he also ends up falling for this woman named Eve, played by Amanda Seyfried, and they ends up having a kid. And there's also a really good relationship with Danny and Enzo, and it's really like a dog and a dog's friendship with its owner, and it does take place it is a sport movie, I guess you could say, but it's more of like a dog loving film, and this is pretty much a movie for dog lovers. I love dogs, so I mean, just think about it. We got lots of dog-based movies this year. We just had A Dog's Way Home, we had A Dog's Journey, and now this. Not to mention Disney Plus has not to mention Disney Plus has Lady and Tramp coming out. So we got another dog-based film coming out this year. I mean, hey, who doesn't love a good dog movie? And Milo Ventimiglia, I mean, it's pretty cool seeing him doing stuff outside of This Is Us, because I think that dude's awesome. So I'm really curious to see this, and it's also from the same guy who gave us Goodbye Christopher Robin, so that has to go for it. So yeah, I'm really curious to see this. All right. Also at this week, there's a film called The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is a Mark Twain style adventure story that tells the story of Zach, played by this actor named Zach Goldstein, who's a young man with Down syndrome who runs away from his from a residential nursing home to follow the dream of attending a professional wrestling school of his idol, the star Walter Redneck, played by Thomas Hayden Church. And on the way, he pretty much goes on the road with this outlaw on the run named Tyler, played by Shia LaBeouf, who ends up becoming Zach's unlikely coach and ally. And their adventure, they're also accompanied by the nurse played by Dakota Johnson, and anyway, it's a pretty much interesting adventure friendship movie. It looks magnificent. I mean, right now the movie has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let that sink in. 100%. I mean, how awesome that. And Shia LaBeouf, I mean, what you say about Shia LaBeouf? The guy does dumb stuff. He has said dumb stuff, but you know what? The guy is still a remarkable actor, and also the kid in this. I mean, I think this is like his feature film. I mean, he looks like he's gonna be good at this. I mean, you also got Bruce Stern, who was just in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. John Bernthal is in this. So yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or anything, but all I know is I've seen the trailer and I really dug what I saw. And yeah, I do love me a good heartfelt film like this, so I'll probably give this one a shot. Also at this week, there's a film called Brian Banks. It's based his life companion when he's wrongly convicted of a crime he didn't commit. So Banks is pretty much like railroaded to a broken justice system and sentenced to a decade in prison and probation. So, like years later, with the support of Justin Brooks, played by Greg Kinnear, and the California Innocence Project, Banks tries to fight back to reclaim his life and try to fulfill his dream of playing the NFL. Now, it's funny. I'm not that big of a sports guy. I mean, I talk about movies, TV. Like you guys ever see me making video talking about sports? I mean, my channel is called T Movies. It's not called T Sports. I'm not big of a sports guy, but I do love me a good sports film, and this was like a movie about redemption. I mean, I don't know anything about Brian Banks or the Brian Banks story, nothing like that. But I think this was like be really interesting. I mean, you got Greg Kinnear is always the best. You got Aldous Hodge, who was just in One Man One. He's playing the title role of Brian Banks. So, and not to mention, it's directed by Tom Shattuck, who, if you guys don't know the name, he's directed mainly comedies like Bruce Almighty. He did The Nutty Professor. So, kind of interesting seeing him go from comedies like that to this. But hey, Pierre Farrelly did pretty good from going to comedies like Dumb and Dumber to winning an Oscar for Green Book. So I guess Tom Shattuck could do the same. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by this. I think it looks interesting. I always do love me a good true underdog tale, so I'm kind of intrigued by this. All right. Also, at this week, there's a film called After the Wedding. Here's what this is about. Michelle Williams, plays a character named Isabel, who has dedicated her life into working with children in the orphan, played by Billy Crudup, and their twin boys in New York City. And so, like, when word comes to Isabel of a mysterious and generous grant for the financially struggling orphanage, she must like travel to New York City to meet Teresa in person and all. Grant for the financially struggling orphanage. She must like travel to New York City to meet Teresa in person and all. And this kind of looks really interesting. I mean, it's a remake of a foreign film, and it's directed by I believe the director of this is, and it's directed by I believe the director of this is actually the husband of Julianne Moore, so that's pretty cool. I love Michelle Williams. I mean, I've always adored Michelle Williams, so her in this, I'll definitely watch because she's in it. Billy Crudup I always like Billy Crudup, so he's in this, so I'll give it a watch. I think this looks like to be an interesting little film, and it premiered at Sundance with mixed reviews, but I'll still probably give this a shot sometime. You know? Also, there's a film called One Child's Nation, which I don't know a whole lot about. There's some film called Necrotronic with Monica Bellucci. I don't know what that is. There's some film called A Light of My Life. There's some film called A Light of My Life with Casey Affleck. It actually stars and it's directed by Casey Affleck. And it also has Elizabeth Moss, who's also in The Kitchen, which is also out this week. So Elizabeth Moss is kind of doing a double header this week, I should say. And it's like mainly like a father and daughter relationship and all that. There's also a film out this week called Ode to Joy with Martin Freeman and Deadpool girl Moira Baccarin. There's that. And for all you BTS fans, to let you guys know, there's also a movie, a concert film called Bring the Soul, the movie, which is like a concert documentary with BTS. Which, I mean, I'm not really the world's biggest BTS fan. I mean, I know there's loads of people who are into BTS, and that's cool. But I just never, to be honest, I never really got into K-pop music. To be honest, yeah. Like, I don't hate K-pop music, nothing like that. But I just never, it just never spoke to me. And I never really got into that type of music. To be honest, yeah. But there are some some came out kind of like country music. I'm not like the world's biggest country music fan, but they're all country music I do just for you. No, yeah, there's not really hardly anything else out this week. Like the only Netflix release that I know of is Glow season breaking out. Are you interested in Dora? Are you interested in The Kitchen, etc.? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This is C Movie Sign.